All right, so how many people here, and you can raise your hand, but how many people have applied for state funding program at some point? Okay, yep, all right, so if you were thinking of it, but you stopped short of it, why? So today, we're gonna talk about that. There's a lot of confusion about grants, state funding, and business support programs available now. So if you had to correct one major misconception of small business owners in New York State, what would that be? And maybe we could just go down the
What was the question?
if you had to correct one misconception of small business owners in New York State, what would it be in that misconceptions about applying for a grant or get things like that?
You want me to
Yeah,
start?
sure.
Oh, hi. So, yes, my name is Salaberrios. So, I'm a Senior Vice President for Capital Access at Empire State Development. And the question is, if I had to clear up a perception that small business owners have about applying for capital, over the last 2 years, my team and I have facilitated over $1.1 billion in small business loans to like 9,500 small businesses throughout the state. So if I wanted to change your perception on how difficult it is to get capital, it's not difficult at all. Right? And if I say to you, I have the documentation that over the last 3 years, $1.1 billion in small business loans. Loans from $5,000 to $8 million. So the process isn't difficult, but the only thing I can't do, the only thing I promise you I will not do is I will not go to your house, sit down with you at your breakfast table, and help you fill out the application. I won't do that. But we do have people that we pay to do that. So I can put you in contact with the folks who are providing what's called the famous technical assistance. And the technical assistance is gathering the documentation that you need so that you can apply for a loan, and so that between the lenders that I work with, find a way to say yes to you. Because my job is about saying yes to you. The easiest thing to say no, so I tried very rarely to say no. Did that answer the question?
Yes.
Good afternoon, everybody. I'm Gina Coletti. I think the biggest misconception is the fact that there's nothing out there to help you in general. A lot of people are completely unaware of all of the support systems that are in New York, on Long Island, throughout the country, really. But here, I co-chair, just so you understand, I chair for New York State, not co-chair, I chair for New York State. It's this SBDC. I'm showing you what it is, SBDC, Small Business Development Centers. There are 20 of them throughout New York State. There are 2 on Long Island. One is in SUNY Farmingdale and one is in SUNY Stony Brook. So a lot of people aren't even aware of what they do, okay? So what their primary role is to help, think of the word, Small Business Development Center. They help small businesses become who they want to be. They help startups. They help people that are already in existence that want to expand. And they also help people that are looking to scale down, whether they're looking to retire or transition in their ownership. There's so many different facets of support that they have. Backtracked, I was in banking for 20 years, and I can't even begin to tell you the amount of clients that I had that would come in and didn't know where to start. And I would always refer them to the Small Business Development Center, because they will help you with your business plan. From day one, they will help you with a business plan. You might not even know how to do a business plan. That's what they're for, okay? They will help you on financial planning. They help you with understanding what type of a loan you may need. They'll help you with credit. Credit is huge, huge. If there's one thing you could do to make your life better, smoother, is get good credit. Make yourself responsible to get better credit if you don't have great credit. There are ways to do that as well. Bank of America, I'm sure you have secured credit cards. So secured credit cards, it's a tool that people could use that if they had bad credit, if they had credit and it went bad, they can get a secured credit card to help them reestablish their credit. If they never had credit, they can get a secured credit card and build credit. So credit will bring you everywhere in your life, really, when you think about it, whether it's for a business, whether it's a car, a loan for a house, a mortgage, anything, you need good credit. So they'll help you with that as well. They'll help you, like I said, with the business plans. They'll help you with projections, doing a budget, projections. They'll help you on their anything, websites, if you need a website, if you need technology, if you need social media, if you need marketing. There's a million things that they do, and it's all a free service. It's all free. There's not one, you don't pay for any of it. So to me, the biggest misconception out there is that there's nothing to help you when there's so much to help you and there's no charge for it. So the Small Business Development Center, I think, is a great place to start. Or if you're midstream and you're looking to expand or downsize, they help you every step of the way. They have professional consultants. It's all private. It's confidential. All you have to do is reach out to them and they'll support you.
Wow. Wow. Jenny?
Sure. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Jenny Lowe. I'm the Executive Advisor at Empire State Development's Division of Minority and Women's Business Development. That's a mouthful. So for those who are looking for money and where the money is, in addition to the money that Ray has to help get fund to small businesses, another way to find money in New York State is the Minority and Women-Owned Business Program. How many of you in the room have heard about the MWBE program, Minority and Women-Owned Business Program? Well, if you have heard about this program before 2024, just forget what you heard before. Today is a new day in the MWBE division of New York State. We are not your grandmother's division anymore. We are now able to support and help businesses get certified in record time. And over the last few years since Kathy Hochul became our governor, this division has completely changed. In 5 consecutive years, our state had led the country of a program like this. We are the leader. The past 5 consecutive years, we have surpassed the stated goal of spending 30% of our purchases of goods and services with minority and women-owned firms. In the most recent fiscal year, the amount that we have paid to minority or women-owned businesses for the services and goods that we purchase from them of over $3.3 billion with a B. That is the record high from the history of this program, which is started in the late 1980s. So what does that do for you? This is a program where the state brings equality in business opportunities for small businesses owned by a woman or a minority. And we help these businesses grow by enabling them to participate in the purchases of goods and services that the state needs. Not only just the state agency, which we have 97 of them, we also have a requirement, this program requires that any organization that receives funding from the state, whether it's a nonprofit organization that got a grant from the state or a company that receives funding for a project that they're working on, they all have to meet this 30% goal. So the process of applying nowadays is on average 90 days, between 90 to 120 days, on average 70 days. So just a little bit over 2 months. And there's ways to get it done even faster. We collaborate with the SBDCs and also entrepreneurship assistance centers that's also located throughout the state. Apex accelerators are another set of free services. Together with these type of services, there are over 250 centers across the state. And Gina mentioned to you there are 2 great centers in the SBDC on Long Island. There are also entrepreneurship assistance centers. There are 2 of them, one in Nassau and one in Suffolk. So these are the folks who have counselor that Gina mentioned. We have trained them. We train them on what we need and how do they help their clients. And when it's not required that anyone go to one of these centers to get help to prepare their application and have them guide you through the whole process. But when you do, we get a more complete application, and that means less time for our team to review it. When someone goes to one of these centers to get help and submit their application, the average time is a lot less, like 40 days average. So the MWBE program is a program where you can find money in the state. If you're doing business in the state of New York and you sell service or product that the state of New York purchased, we have a table out there in front of the pool area. So come by and see us.
All right, Jenny, I'm going to go to you for a question because you mentioned, $3.3 billion annually to minority and women-owned businesses is incredible. It is, as you mentioned, the largest in the country. But for businesses that qualify for this certification, how does that translate from certification into new business opportunities?
That's a great question. Yes. Once you are certified, your certification is good for 5 years, and you can renew every 5 years. So once you're certified, we have a team in the division where I work of business analysts that will work with you. You can schedule one-on-one consultation with them, basically helping you navigate the process of getting a contract with the state. We also, that same team run twice a month webinars on different ways to help you navigate contracting process. I also want to share with you that the service center that Gina's team work with, they also have expertise in helping folks getting government contract, all levels, New York City, New York State, and even the federal government. So there is also free help out there where you can learn about the ropes and of getting contract with the government agencies. But I also want to share that it's no different than the way you market your business to anyone else in the marketplace, right? You still have to go and network with folks, get on websites to see where projects RFPs are being issued. And in New York State, there's a thing called New York State Contract Reporter. It's a free website where you can sign up. See, she knows, right? You can tell people how to do it, right? But we have information on our table. So New York State requires all purchases of $50,000 or more have to be posted on this website for folks to look for. And you can sign up, free to sign up, and you can select what you want to be notified of.
Okay, very good. All right, thank you. Ray, you manage $800 million in capital funding, as you mentioned, and you spoke about it briefly, but how do you access that funding? So what paperwork, what records do people need to access that?
That's a good question. I see time's running down on us, so I'll make this very quick. So theoretically, you should we work with lenders, CDFIs, credit unions, and banks throughout the entire state, right? So there are 3 things we require. At least be in business 2 years. Less than 2 years is fine, we'll work with you. The next one's it's not a joke, it's serious. Do not be a sex offender. If you're a sex offender, we won't lend you any money. And do not be delinquent in your taxes. If you are delinquent, we'll help you work through it, but until you get up to date with your taxes, we will forego any loans until you get up to date with your taxes. I think I want to mention something very important to everyone in this room. So right now in New York State, my team and we've created a $50 million loan guarantee program. So if you are a certified MWBE and you get a contract with New York State or New York City or Nassau County or Suffolk County, and we all know that one thing government does not do well is pay you on time, right? I mean, does anyone tell me that they get paid in 30 days from any county? I'll be fascinated to find out what county that is. So what we'll do is we'll guarantee a loan for you up to $500,000, 80% of the $500,000, so that you have the working capital that you need to be successful on this contract. So think about this. You need $200,000. We'll give you a list of banks and credit unions. It's growing every day. Today I met a couple that's going to be working with me in Long Island. And so you go to them, you go through their application process, and then they'll send the application to us. We'll say we'll guarantee this loan, and you'll have the loan up to $500,000 because we're going to guarantee 80% of it. And we're not looking to verify your tax returns. We're not looking to do any investigation on you. All we need is the bank to tell us who you are, where you're located, and how much money you're looking to borrow. So for us, what we want to do is make sure that it's great to have these contracts. The state, Jenny's team does an amazing job in getting you certified and getting access to these contracts. So now what we want to do is make it simple for you to get the capital you need to work on these contracts and be successful. Tax returns is basically all you need, and be able to fill out the application for whatever lender that you're working with.
Great, that's great information. All right, Gina, as the chair, as you mentioned, of the New York State Small Business Development Center, tell us what, you spoke of it, but I find this incredibly, because it's free, as you mentioned, so the specific resources that are available, and I mean, what is the most used resource?
So, and it is free. Remember, free. It's amazingly free. The resources are tremendous, actually. You can, first of all, they do webinars for you. They'll do workshops. They have Zooms. They have seminars constantly on all different types of subjects. Whether it's on importing and exporting. Some people are looking to get into that now even more so than ever. Things are changing out there in this world. But they have, actually in Buffalo on the advisory board that I sit on, I also deal with the director of the international trade for the Small Business Development Center for New York State. Her name is Mercedes Chances-Moore, and she actually has incredible knowledge, institutional knowledge, all about trade, importing, exporting, on the banks that can help you with that. It's really fascinating, actually, what's available to you. Then you have social media. A lot of people are not up to par on social media. They don't know the first thing about it, how to get into it. Or they may have it and they don't know how to utilize it properly or to expand on it. I would even say research. Research is tremendous. They have all the applications, they have all these databases that are available. If you have any type of a question in whatever industry you're in, it does not matter what industry you're in, they can do research for you. If you have questions about how many demographic, anything, it doesn't matter what it is, the research is there, it's free, okay? Websites, if you need help on websites, they can help you build a website. It goes on and on and on. I mean, it's just a it's a full service operation, and it's available to everybody and anybody. It's open to the public. And even if you're thinking about a small business, if you don't even know the first thing, that's like the best place to go, because they will educate you on how to make the right steps.
I interview a lot of entrepreneurs, and oftentimes they say trademarking, things like that was
They help
difficult.
with that as well. They can connect you really with every facet, really. So whether or not it's intellectual property, whether it's trademarking, anything you need, on even the decision whether and what type of a business should I own. Should it be should I have a sole proprietor? Should it be an LLC? Should it be a corporation? Should it be a subchapter S? I mean, there's like 1,000,001 things out there that people just don't know what their options are and what's available to them and what the differences are. So utilize them as, it's literally like a library of information of every facet of business, no matter what the industry is.
AI too?
AI is actually, yes, thank you. The AI is actually one of the things that they have this past year, obviously because of what's going on out there. They have all sorts of programs on AI as well. So if you'd like to educate yourself on that, they are right on top of it. So anything you need, it's a wonderful resource.
Okay. All right, the next question is, if a business owner wants to apply for funding within the next 90 days, what are the first 3 things they should do starting tomorrow?
Can I just do real quick?
We'll start
so
with Greg.
just real quick. My team is going to kill me. I do this every time I go out, but it works. So I suggest folks, you want to apply for a loan and you're not sure where to go, D-Rose, I'm going to do this. So I'm gonna give you my cell phone number right now. Right? And let me tell you
Get
how
your
this
pen
works.
out.
Let
Everyone
me
write
tell
it
you how this works. Do not call because I probably won't pick it up. But if you text me and say, I saw you in Long Island, my name is X, this is my email address, this is what I need. So my name is Ray. My cell phone number is 646-599-6493. It is 646-599-6493. I'm not crazy. What I want to do is help everyone in this room. And that's the only way you're going to reach me. So if you text me is the key term here. Text me your name, your email address, and the name of your business and how I can help you.
It's in
And
big
then
bold
we will
letters.
follow it around, and I guarantee you, someone from my team will get back to you. That's the easiest way to apply for loans that we have.
You're like the 10th person today who told me, do not call, text me. I don't look at my emails that much, or I get so many, but text me and you'll get a response at some point in the day, right? Okay, Gina.
So under the SBDC, just so everybody understands, the SBDC is actually under the guise of the SBA. So the SBA is on the federal level and it flows down to the state level, which is the SBDCs. So they can also help you, and I can give you a real life example. I'm a real estate broker. I handle residential and commercial properties. And I just closed a loan for somebody that did a loan with the SBA, went through the SBDC, connected the dots with the SBA, got a 504 loan. There's a 504, there's a 7A. There's different, obviously, criteria. 504 is really strictly more for a real estate. He wanted to buy a building. You only have to put 10% down with a 504 loan. 40% would be, it's like three pieces. 10% is the person that's looking to buy. 40% is from the SBA or the CDC that they partner with, and 50% comes from a bank. So they purchased a building right here in Farmingdale, actually. And the process was, it's a little bit lengthier because there's three pieces. There's, three pieces of a puzzle, but you're only putting 10% down and you're buying a building. And it's incredible. 504 loans, they have the 7A loan. If you need equipment and you need to finance equipment, or, furniture, there's so many things that are available. It's just the awareness of knowing that this is out there for you, and having like the education just in this room alone, just learning about it. Yeah. Hopefully you will take advantage of it. I'll give you my phone number if anybody wants to call me. I am more than happy to help you. It's 631-926-5385.
Okay,
And I'll
Jenny,
repeat it.
I was going to say thank you, Gina. Jenny, you want to just give your number now, or?
Yeah, well, okay. I do better with email than online. So the email address is jenny.low@esd.ny.gov. I'd like to know what you're looking for so that I'm prepared when I call you back. I do talk on the phone, I do Zoom calls and all of that, but the three things I would like you to know, because you're also getting business with New York State is also getting money, right? It's not borrowing, but it's money going into your pocket. So to get certified as a minority-owned or women-owned business, three things. Have your resume, extensive resume, not 2-page. 10-page if you need it, that describes what you know, what your experience and your skills for the industry in which your business operate. Tax returns that shows that you have contributed to New York State's economy. And the second thing is that you have to be established to have authority to do business in New York State. So you have to be in business for 1 year or longer. So you could be a sole proprietor using your own tax ID, or you can set up any of the business entity that Gina mentioned. Those are the three things that you would want to be prepared, but don't do it alone if you don't feel like doing that. Gina's people can really help you. Lauren Lanakis is outside from Farmingdale. She is among the best in the business.
All right, I think that's it. We ran out of time, but give a big hand to these three remarkable people, and now you have all their contact information.